Hello everyone, this is Philip with a late night update here from Volcano. We had a celebration at the hub tonight to celebrate the World Central Kitchen and all the hub volunteers. And we had some pictures from Scott Wilson of Aloha Skies Aviation tonight we'll cover for you guys. And I know it's kind of late, so I'm not going to wait for too many of you to come on, but give you guys a quick update before getting some rest here and getting back on the regular thing tomorrow. So thanks you guys for joining. Surprised you guys are awake, but good to see you guys. I'll give you guys just a little brief update here before signing off for the night. What's going on here? Hi guys, so we had a little celebration at the hub tonight to celebrate the World Central Kitchen and all the hub volunteers as the hub prepares to kind of downsize and reorganize. I'm going to show you guys just a quick selection of some photos by Scott Wilson, kind of giving an update of what's going on, but the bottom line is that we are still waiting for our big collapse event at the summit. It has been about, I believe, 40 hours or so, and so we're waiting for that to happen, and until then we are experiencing low lava levels in the channel down at Fissure 8. The lava is still there and flowing, but it's not as easily visible from on-the-ground locations anymore. So that's fascinating. I'll show you guys a couple of things here we got going on. So first of all, let me turn this around. Hey guys, thanks you guys who are just joining now. Thanks for joining us on this late night. So here's our, at least late night here in Hawaii. So everything's, here's our tilt plot right here. We are at about 40 hours in. We're waiting for the next big collapse event to give us our spike up. So it's been a while, but we are expecting that to happen here coming up. Nothing's changed as far as that goes. Here's our view of our live view of the earthquakes coming through at Volcano. So you guys can see it's just like in the past little while. There's been a 2.0, a 2.3, 2.0, 2.1, 2.7, 2.6. So that pattern still continues. We're still waiting for the big one to come. It looks like there's just a bigger one slightly right there. So we'll see when we actually get that bigger earthquake. But basically we're waiting for that to happen, to see the effects down the system. It's been, like I said, about 40 hours since the last one, and that makes me just a little bit worried because what's happened down in the channel is the flow has slowed down quite a bit. There's a big crust forming in the channel. Some areas of the tube are kind of crusted over, and I'll show you guys pictures that kind of confirm that. So let's go now to the pictures by Scott Wilson of Aloha Skies Aviation. Let me find the right ones to start with here for you guys. So first thing that's typically on everyone's mind is Pohoiki boat ramp. So there is Pohoiki boat ramp. It's still there. This picture was from earlier this afternoon. You guys can see that the main part of the flow that was close by here in the bowls and shacks area, this part of the flow right here seems a lot less active this afternoon. That's true across most of the flow field. There's less activity as we're basically experiencing a lull between these surge events. This afternoon view, once again, just kind of reemphasize, this is all by Scott Wilson of Aloha Skies Aviation right there. So there you can see the ocean entry. The lava is still going in the ocean. It's going in the ocean through the tubes. You guys may remember that the flow, the picture we showed you guys last night, the flow was filling all through here, had made that little island. It was kind of spreading off this direction, feeding the edge of this flow over here. This is clearly still burning and still advancing on this edge above that Fissure 18 flow right there. There was also a big branch coming off to the east. It's hard to see any kind of activity of the black on black over here, but I believe that most of that lava was the overplating spillover, and lava is still going through the tube back into the ocean underneath that crust right there. So this is how it looks during our lulls. The lava level is low right here. Here we go. Lava level is still low in the channel. Here's an area where the figure 8 kind of comes together. You can see some stagnation and some crust forming right in here. We also still have brush fires going. So here's a little fire right here. There's some more little fires right there and right there. So a lot of this area seems to be smoldering. We're also wondering if there could be some wind blowing hot material, hot rocks, or some of the hot lava chunks into the dry grass over here and starting a fire. That's one possibility, besides the seeping and the spilling over that can actually ignite these fires. So we'll see. We're kind of looking for more information as far as what is actually sparking these things, but there are some possibilities, and it doesn't necessarily matter if we see that the fires are still burning, which is the important part right here. So here's an interesting shot as well. So here's the potential thermal venture, PGV up here. Fissure 8 is off in that direction. The river flows down over here. And on the north side of the flow, we actually see a little bit of fume as well. So seems to be a little bit of burning happening over here on the north edge as well with that flow. Nothing major, but it is appear like something happened over there too. Whether it's wind or whether it's some spillover flow from yesterday, or flow that's kind of pushing the whole edge of this levee kind of off enough to kind of put some hot material against the dry grass. Something like that's been going on over there. We're not quite sure exactly what. Here is a closer view of Fissure 8. You guys can clearly see we have our lava lake action now. The thing is bubbling up over here and moving that way and kind of sinking back in. So there's a clear spot of fume from the backside of the cone right here where all the gas is escaping as all the lava dives back in, and the bubbles don't want to keep diving in, they want to keep popping back out. So right there they have this kind of chimney effect of all the gas where it's coming up. We're also noticing there is no visible crack or glow anywhere else around the cone. There is crusted lava inside of the bay that we call Mini 8. So that level seems to be low as well. And you guys can look farther down here that we actually have a flow from this little lava tube. The lava kind of goes in a hole over here and it kind of comes underneath this area in a little tube and pops out over here. It seems to be moving quite a bit slower in this little area than that is on the main channel right over here. So it may be that the flow is actually low enough during this photograph that not a whole lot's getting in this little input, and therefore it's not coming through very fast or pouring out. So depending how long this low goes, you might find it harder to flush out this lava that's kind of cooling in there, or it could just come and push it through and reestablish as it's done every time already. But the longer the low lasts, the more likely these kind of features kind of become destabilized, right? So that the main flow maybe doesn't reactivate them when it comes through in a surge. So we'll see the effects the longer the low we actually get. Here's a view looking a little later this evening of the flow coming around the bend to Pu'ukapoho before it turns and goes down to the ocean entry over here. And you guys can obviously notice that the lava channel itself is getting crusted over right in here, this area with our kind of ponding area right through here. Right here's our lava berg shipwreck marina area right in here, and our little overflow bays that are in there. You guys can see everything is cool enough that you don't see any glow. The flow is clearly going underneath there though, and coming out underneath over here and continuing farther on down the coast. You don't see as much of a red trace in this photograph, but in the next photograph, I believe, or the one after that, you can see that better. So here's a kind of close-up view. You guys can see here's a flow once again going to that bay area. There's a little bit kind of leaking out in the edge of the bay, and there it is kind of going down, feeding the ocean entry, which is kind of barely visible in this photograph right up here. So a little bit later, so there's the ocean entry glow up there. You guys can see just a little bit of burning on this side of the flow right here, but there's not a whole lot of glow right in there. So we're kind of wondering if that maybe is also stalling out during this lull. There is a channel moving its way down, and another view looking at Fissure 8 coming down. Nothing spilling over in the sides anywhere as expected with the low lava levels in the channel. And here we go. Here's a view kind of looking back to the north. So here is Pu'ukapoho, right? Ocean entry is this way, Fissure 8's up that way. River comes down around a bend. Here is where it's getting crusted over in that bend area. You guys can see clearly it's going underneath there from this angle, right? And it comes out here. It comes out over here as well. So there's a little bit more flow in this area. So it could be that we're still having some blockage up here that might be restricting the flow or causing it to start and stop or to back up and crust over. Something like that's going on in this kind of bottleneck right in here. So that continues to be a danger area. when a surge comes back through, hopefully it can clear and flush that out and kind of stay in the channel. Otherwise, we still continue having possibilities of spillovers in the area right over here, especially during any kind of bigger surge that might come through. The flow itself down here at the bottom, you guys can see the edge of it, and the western up here is actually still kind of spreading out up here and through here as well. Let's look at the next photograph to get a better angle of that. So there's Pu'ukapoho, here's lava channel, there's a little rock that sometimes gets totally surrounded, and here it fans out. The east edge of the flow going all the way up to there, the west edge coming closer over here down to the bottom, and kind of not looking as active on a surface anywhere besides that. But remember, lava is still going through the tube all the way through here, not to the ocean entry. So yeah, that's the photograph update for tonight. I'm not going to go too long since it's pretty late over here. Look over some of the questions you guys might have. So I'm going to go backwards here. I see Thalia's mentioned the 2-track Kīlauea trend of Hawaiian volcanoes. That's an interesting thing we can talk about sometime. I have got all kinds of things that I kind of have not been talking about, just because they're kind of more abstract things I'd like to get to at some point. More of how the Hawaiian hotspot fits into the whole plate tectonic theory, all of that kind of thing. So we'll have an update like that one of these days here. We'll talk about that as well. So the glow on Pahoa is there, but it's was not as strong as it's been in recent nights, kind of reflecting the level of lava within the channels. The reports that I've gotten of people looking for the lava channel from Leilani with an area of the barricade. The flow itself is not as visible from there anymore. It's the lava is still flowing. You guys just saw the pictures, but it's flowing in a channel low enough that from that perspective you don't actually see it very well. So yeah, that's what's going on over there. Fishery is still flowing. It's just kind of not doing as much anymore. As far as the volcano area, there is a new little sinkhole on the side of the road up there, and I believe that we have Ken with us. Hi, Ken. And Ken is going to give us an update tomorrow on what's going on up there, but we suspect that there has been some decision made about maintaining the highway up there. So we'll see about that, whether there are alternate routes that are put in place, or we have some reports that the emergency services are starting to relocate from up there just because of the extra challenges with the roads. So we'll see exactly what actually happens up there. I'm gonna let you guys tune in to Ken tomorrow and see exactly what's going on there, since I've told you guys the little that I already know. For collapse at the summit, we're still waiting on that. It's been about 40 hours or so. In the past, the summit caldera has collapsed as far down as the water table. There are Hawaiian chants that Don Swanson refers to that refer to 4 different ponds, liquid water ponds within the caldera. So that would mean that the caldera has collapsed down on an order of, something like 1,800 or 2,000 feet or so. To reach the water table. So reports that I've heard recently is that the caldera floor has collapsed about 1,500 feet. So we might actually be getting fairly close to that area, but we definitely don't see any liquid water ponding down there from, no steam coming into that pit or anything like that. So the collapses could happen for a while longer still, but it have been kind of, in general, having longer intervals. For individual intervals between events. The average has been longer in general, but it hasn't been steadily longer, so we're kind of waiting to see what happens there. It's been about 40 hours, so we would expect sometime overnight tonight to have the next collapse event. And if it matches the longest one so far, it could go another 12 hours from now, in fact, and happen tomorrow by lunchtime or so. So we'll see how that goes. And let's see what other questions I can answer for you guys. plans for a volcano bypass. I'm not sure. Hopefully that's happening, because if that road really is under that much change of threat where it's becoming unsafe to drive on it, then yeah, they basically get an alternate route. So we'll see what we can find out about that. As far as myself, I'm totally fine in a area farther away from there, so you guys don't have to worry about me. For sure, I'm more worried about the volcano residents, especially golf course residents, and then of course everyone who's still affected in Pahoa and Puna. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna cut it off there. Thanks you guys for joining. I'm gonna keep it as a short update here today. We'll give you guys a more comprehensive update tomorrow after the morning photos come in. And until then, you guys, thanks for joining. Happy belated birthday to Dane DuPont, Hawaii Tracker. You guys can go check out Hawaii Tracker for their frequent updates with pictures I've showed you guys, higher resolution. Also things written out are observations as they occur throughout the day. So thanks, guys. If you guys haven't visited hawaiitracker.com, please do that. And we appreciate all your support. And until tomorrow, guys, good night, and stay classy, Puna. Mahalo.